welcome, a very warm welcome to the 7th edition of the European Cultural Foundation Princess Margriet Award for Culture. The laureates whose work we're celebrating today, the Visual Cultural Research Centre and the Athens Biennale, bring forward imaginative proposals for a contemporary agora, one that is really sorely needed.
Culture is the narrative of our civilization. And I believe we then turn to culture because it is the existential expression of who we are. And the narrative has not only the need for somebody to express it, but a narrative will fail if there's nobody who listens.
Culture, as we see it, is not an isolated force. The brave and visionary individuals behind both collectives began their work well before the recent crises and well before both countries became at the forefront of our minds. Now, in the meaningful public dialogue we must have about Europe, it's vital we do not avoid the uncomfortable truths about inequality, about Europe's immigrant and ethnic minorities. What matters is that we learn to deal with the different visions of the truth.
VCRC is devoted to a process of changing the social imaginary. The Centre thoroughly deserves its award for having realized a truly common space, challenging entrenched norms of cultural reception and production, and keeping critical discourse alive.
Відчувається потреба, яка ще актуалізувалася на самому Майдані. Потреба вироблення власної політичної мови.
It is a significant, highly symbolic trias of cities that is in the center of today's ceremony. Athens, Brussels, and Kiev. What unites these cities? What divides them? It is the project of Europe that unites them, and it's the visions of this project that divides them. The agora you create is more needed than ever, and not just in Ukraine.
Since it was founded in 2005, the Athens Biennale has questioned the concept of the Biennale from within. The most recent Biennale in 2013 became an open forum, an agora, organized not by a single curator, but by a vast group of people from various disciplines and social spheres.
We tried to bring forward that agora is not a place where people meet, but it was also a place that people could disagree about things. Agora provided the conditions for a little bit of reflection under this accelerated flow of events.
The Athens Biennale demanded from the viewers to see Greece as reality and not as a projection screen. There is something urgent and pertinent in how the Athens Biennale is organized, a degree of responsibility in thinking about the role it should play, which makes it a rarely seen example of a truly site-specific project, the one that gets involved with conditions of the place and time of its making.
Today, the future of Europe lies in Ukraine. I do hope that this award is another step towards this recognition, and I want to express my thankfulness to the European Cultural Foundation for that. I would like also to thank to our colleagues and partners from the Political Critique in Poland, from the Erste Foundation, and from the Institute for Human Sciences in Vienna. And finally, I want to thank a lot personally to my friends and comrades from Visual Culture Research Center. That is the dream team that made it all possible. Thanks a lot.
I'd just like to say that after Agora, we were at this verge of actually not knowing where we were going. The award came at a time that kind of gave us more fuel, practically, but also, and most importantly, psychologically and emotionally, to keep on going. So thank you for this, because you're making us happen at least for the next 2 years.
Learning from Athens is a question of our times. It's our duty to follow this thing and trying to shape something valuable for the future.